All right, guys, it's Copper Cutlass, and we had a killer weekend racing, obviously. In the other video, I mentioned it. But the points standings came in hot and came in fast because the last race was the final for Pro. And we finished in 7th place. I was shooting for 5th. I was at 5th at one point. But there was a race where I didn't go a single round, and that really hurt us. And but we finished in 7th. We always want to win races, but let's face it, drag racing has a high success or failure rate, I should say, because half the field is out after the first round. Let's face it, it is a tough. And running pro is tough. Most of those guys have trans brakes. I'm running on a foot brake. I'm not exactly the slowest car in pro, but I hold my own. I definitely I've had to drive the stripe a lot in pro. And I actually learned that doing the index class, which in the index class that we run, which is street heat, it's 1050 to 12.0. That's the cap. No slower than 12.0. It's dial it to the 10th. It's an open 10th. So you got 900ths there that it can vary. There is a lot of strategy involved. A little bit more than bracket racing, where you have your dial, and if your car is running the number, then all you have to worry about is your reactions and everything. In index, you really have to worry about, in that particular class, you really have to worry about where your car is going to be on that 10th and where you want to be on that 10th. It is, that class has really gotten tough. We had a new racer show up from a different track this year. He's very good. And he made everybody step up their game. That guy's killing it, and everybody's just, I mean, we've been racing the MKE River Redemption Series at our home track, and we run the 7.0 index. I do not have it covered, but I do it for seat time, and that has helped us out a lot. And there's a difference between test and tune and actually being in the hot box, you know what I mean? Like, racing and being under pressure and all of that. There is a difference between test and tune and actually racing. And seat time racing is way different than test and tune. I will say that, because once you're racing, your mental focus is different. In test and tune, you don't have an opponent. You're just figuring out the car and doing stuff. So this year we also run 2 classes. We run pro and index, and those are both done on the same day. So it's been a good year. We finished 7th. I wish I could have finished 5th, but I'm very happy where I finished, because all those guys are really tough competitors. And just to be up there, we went quite a bit of rounds this year, and 2 semifinal round appearances in index. Last year we had 2 final round appearances, a bunch of round wins, obviously, and the cars, it's doing its job, and it's still very consistent. Nothing's fallen off. I haven't touched anything really, besides, obviously, you guys know we did all the 8-point roll bar work, and prior to that, last year, like mid-season, we changed the carburetor out that my buddy David Meyer helped me out with, and we put a tried and true formula in the carburetor, and the car is just, I haven't touched it. I haven't rejetted it. It probably could use a little refinement, but the car is just running the number. It stays consistent. It's predictable. I know where the car likes to run temperature-wise. It doesn't swing around as much between like the first time run and eliminations. Like, it went from changing a couple of tenths to maybe a couple of hundredths, which is huge. Now, if I get it down to thousandths, that'd be great. And there's guys out there, like the guy that races with us, Terry Heller, killer racer. His car swings maybe a couple thou, and he's good on the brake. He's just, and he's I think he's like in 4th in pro, and he's out of our camp. He's been racing a lot longer than us, but yeah, I mean, it's been a great season. This weekend coming up is our last index race, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. Hopefully we can stay in the 4th spot, but really I'd like to move up to 3rd, and it would be nice. I would be taking out the great Mr. Greg Darn, which is, he's a tough guy to race. Raced against him a couple times. But we're going to go out there. We're going to run index. It's our last hurrah for the year. And then we're just going to kind of shove this over and start working on this. And I'm looking forward to that. I got to get a game plan going because the whole front's coming off the car. And we're going to have this thing. It's going to be assholes and elbows. Now, another thing that's also developed is I have acquired a set of 6-inch Howard's Chevy rods that are really, really good. And I may freshen up this engine combination instead of building the 362 because it might be cheaper. And or I may build a 362. I'm going to have it clean, magged, tested, and we may put those rods in the 330 crank because I have a nice set of scat rods, but they're like stock. They're good to 550. The Howards are good to 750, and we're looking for reliability. So not that this hasn't been reliable. I mean, 5 solid seasons of racing, 7 years in the car with a lot of street miles. Those first 2 years before we decided to just go racing, it's been doing good. But this isn't the focus this year. It's this, and we have to get the cylinder heads, and we have to come up with a game plan because I want that engine running before the end of the year. Then we have to fit everything on there, get headers that'll work, do all that stuff. It doesn't seem like a lot with an engine swap, but I like to do things somewhat right. And obviously you guys saw with this, it came out pretty good. It was a mad dash to get it done, but we ultimately did it right. And that's probably why it took us 8 weeks versus, some people's like, you could probably do that in a weekend. I'm like, yeah, maybe if I fucking shot myself in the head. But anyway, I really want to thank you guys for all the likes, the views. Share, like, and subscribe. Share. I mean, we got a bunch of videos up from the last 5 years. Viewership is up. Tell your mom, tell your dad. Fucking, we're doing shit in here. We're racing. And hopefully next year I can get somebody on board to do an actual more documenting of what we actually do a day at the racetrack. And we can edit everything and give you guys a day in the life of a bracket racer and what we do and what we go through. It's a little bit more work than you would think, but it's a lot of fun. And I really got to thank the group of guys that I race with, our camp. Tim Railsback, my buddy with the Mustang, and my buddy Mike Kersey with the 84 or 83 Cutlass. G-body Cutlass. Racing with those guys is a lot of fun, and we are all very competitive in our own ways. Mike is the master ring leader. He has had a lot more seat time than us, but we're holding our own. And on that note, I'll let you guys go. Share, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Scott Picasso. I'll let you guys go.